Cool.
Sounds good.
So go ahead and get started. Okay. Okay, so tonight everybody's here to really talk about making some big changes in 2019. And this first webinar, we're going to talk about how to maintain a healthy weight, or how to get to that healthy weight that we want to be at. Because really weight management is very vital to be, very healthy in life. And it's something that takes it takes a lifetime to maintain it and to stay at that healthy weight. It's not something that just happens quickly in just a few weeks or in a month. And I think we probably all know that by now. So the real long-lasting weight loss involves a lot of systems in our body. So it involves our gut, and obviously the gut makes you think of diet, water, and digestion. Those are all very important things. The brain is actually very important. Our emotions and our thoughts, and also our environment that we're in is really important for our brain. Our hormones are huge for maintaining a good weight. We have our sex hormones like estrogen, progesterone, testosterone. Those are all big ones. Your thyroid hormones. We really are in an epidemic of people having thyroid issues. So thyroid is really key to maintaining a healthy weight as well. Our adrenals, once again, everybody has really stressed out adrenals. And a big part of that ties back into the gut. It's still really important to have that good, healthy gut, because when the gut's not working right, everything else really has trouble working properly. And then insulin, of course, is a huge one. Insulin is the hormone that gets depleted when you have uncontrolled blood sugar or diabetes. And then finally, the physical body is so important. Keeping your body good physically in terms of movement and exercise is also very important for a good, healthy weight. So dive into diet just for a few minutes. I recommend a low-carb diet, and low carb meaning the carbs that you are eating are very healthy carbs. So those carbs you're getting from your fruits and your vegetables, not necessarily potato chips and, grains or candy bars. So high protein is good. Tons and tons of veggies. It's hard to overeat on veggies because your body will definitely tell you when you're full when you're eating veggies, which is a really good thing. And then fruit. And you don't want to eat like a ton of fruit every day, but having 1 or 2 pieces of fruit a day is very healthy. And fruit gives you a ton of nutrients. So fruit is very important. Right now, a big trend is to do a ketogenic diet. And ketogenic can be very healthy, but a lot of times people stop eating fruits and vegetables because of the carb content. But you really should not be doing that. Fruits and vegetables should be the majority of your diet, really. And then healthy fats. And I'm talking about olive oil, coconut oil, grass-fed butter, avocado oil. Those things are starting to become more available. The avocado oil, available at Costco. And then a little bit about calories, because you hear a lot of time, do calories really matter? Do they not matter? And the answer is yes and no. So you still need to eat the appropriate amount of calories for your body, for your activity level, for your weight. But you also really need to eat calories that are healthy. So when you hear people have diets of, I'm only eating 1,000 calories a day, well, what kind of calories are you eating? If you're eating 1,000 calories of potato chips, that's really not going to get you anywhere. You really need to eat you know, the fruits and the vegetables, the lean proteins and healthy fats. And I like to use online tools, like Chronometer is one that I use out of my office that I recommend. It's pretty involved system, but it's really nice because you can type in what you're eating. You can put in your activity level, and it'll come out. It'll give you like a little graph on like how many carbs you're eating, how much protein you have, or how much fat. So I really like that type. MyFitnessPal is another one, but Chronometer, Chronometer, I really like that one. If you guys, and there is a free version of that as well. And then, so one thing to become aware of when you do start to really pay attention and try to lose weight is the first couple of weeks of losing weight, you're mostly losing water weight. And so you will find that when you're losing the water weight, you could lose like 10 pounds in 2 weeks. And that's a lot of weight in 2 weeks, but just remember that's all water weight. I mean, you might have a little bit of fat loss during that time period, but it's mostly just water. And that water is going to come off so much quicker than the fat. So after those first 2 weeks, you will notice that your weight loss will really start to slow down. But don't let that discourage you, because that's just our physiology. That's how our bodies work. But you will notice in those first 2 weeks that your joints are going to feel a lot better because you're losing that inflammation in your joints. Your mind might feel a lot more clear as well, and just be able to focus better on tasks and duties. So it's good to lose that water weight, but don't let it discourage you, because the fat loss will come. It's just slower. It's a slower process. Okay, so Amy and Brooke are going to talk about some ways to support those pathways in your body and support that healthy weight loss. So they're going to go over some digestion, because when you start incorporating more vegetables and fruit and that lean protein, you really need to support the digestion of those so your body can absorb all those nutrients. They're also going to talk about supporting our detoxification pathways. This is really important because when our fat cells in our body, they're called adipocytes, and when we start to release the fat from those cells, toxins also release from those cells, because our fat cells will absorb toxins. So they will get released into our blood, and then if our pathways for detoxification are not working correctly, they just get released in our blood, and then our body will just throw it into some other cell that we don't want it in. We want to actually eliminate those toxins. So the detox pathways are actually really, really important. And those are in our liver, in our kidneys, and in our gut. So they're going to talk about some good ways to help support those. And then finally, hormone support. It's really, really, really key to support our hormones. And it just leads into so many other aspects. Like I said, the adrenals, your sex hormones, the thyroid, those are all huge, as well. Like I said, insulin is really big. So I'm going to hand it over to Amy, I think.
Hi, everybody. We're so glad you guys joined us tonight. And I'm going to actually talk to you about some products. Hold on a second. I can't see myself, and it looks weird when I can't see myself. So I'm going to talk to you actually about some products that Young Living has that will support your journey to decrease your weight. I mean, the whole concept of saying losing weight is kind of funny, because normally you don't like to lose things, but everybody wants to lose weight. Like, we really want to shed the weight. We want to shed the extra pounds. And then in the process, we want to get healthier. as we're doing that. I always tell my kids that it's not about a diet. You know, my kids are like, oh, Mom, are you going to go on a diet? I'm like, no, not really. I'm just going to try to get back to what my healthy standard is. And I'm going to try to get back to my normal is to eat healthy. And then when I go through like the holidays, I'll, you know, stretch on some things and eat some things that I normally wouldn't eat. And then I'm just trying to get back to my norm. But in the process, I'm also trying to decrease my caloric intake and move more. And those are the things that we're going to be talking about over the next couple of months. So the first thing I'm going to talk to you about that is a Young Living product is called Sleek Capsules. And Sleek Citrus Slim specifically. And Brooke and I both have a history of having used these for weight loss. And they're basically essential oil capsules that are already pre-filled for you. For those of you that aren't familiar with Young Living, there's quite a few different oils that are completely safe to be taken internally. And these look like little pills, you know, they're just little vegetable capsules that are filled with different essential oils. And you take one packet in the morning with 8 ounces of water, and then in the afternoon you take the other packet, and it helps speed up your metabolism. It helps you to burn fat and gives you more energy level in the process of it. Last year, when I'll let Brooke tell her personal story with it, but last year when we used them, my husband and I both used them, I think I probably lost about 5 pounds. And I don't normally have a whole lot that I need to take off. And so I was happy with that. I took them for about 30 days and it helped me to kind of shed a little bit. And it's been a year later and that weight is still not, it's still not an issue. I probably have a couple of those pounds that I put back on through the holidays, but not really much. So in a year's time, I've kept off that 10 pounds. But I wasn't just using the Citrus Slim. I was also doing a whole food diet. Like Dr. Perkins said, I was also doing whole foods, and I was trying to cut my caloric intake, trying to cut my meat intake. One of the things I've been doing